Okay, so today we are going to make our Amate bark picture. Last week you practiced drawing a bunch of different birds and flowers and things like that. This week we're going to use all of these pieces to make one big, cohesive Amate bark painting. Now remember, we practiced some folk art flowers and we looked at some floral imagery in Mexican art. We practiced drawing different birds. And so I'm just going to take one example, maybe I'll take this example from my friend, and I'm going to show you how to put it all together. So first things first, we're drawing big, because most of you drew tiny last week, so we're going to try to draw big and fill our space. So I'm going to start off with my bird. I'm going to draw my bird. It's going to be the main emphasis, the thing I look at the most. And I'm going to start with the letter C. Now I made the C almost as big as my hand. It's pretty large and filling up almost the middle of my paper. All right, we're going to come around our C, and we're going to make our bird's face. That's just a backwards C. Okay, maybe a little straight line down. Ready for another C? Hopefully you guys are good at them now. Another letter C. So now we have one C, two C's, backwards C, straight line. All right, we're going to finish these wings by adding a very long letter V. Very long letter V. And then if I didn't make my wing touch there, I can bring it up and finish it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm going to make my beak with another letter. V. And my eye for my bird. You can choose how you want to make your eye. You can make your eye any way you want. Okay, now remember these had really fancy feathers. They kind of all went together. So I'm going to make some fancy feathers with the letter skinny U's. Long, skinny U's. Long, skinny U's. Look at those, so many. So I'm just making a U at the bottom and lines, okay? Put all those long skinny U's. Then I'm gonna make more. I'm getting crazy. I'll make more in between. Okay? Now, for this to make it fancy, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add some more U's. Keep going. And keep going. And I can fit more. Okay, so there is my bird. Now, they even have some things usually on the top of their heads. We can add those if you want to. With upside down U. Upside down U. And if you notice, I go like different sizes. Some are big, some are medium, some are small. All right. Maybe I want to add the little claws. We can add those if you want. It's totally up to you. If you're happy with your bird the way it is, that's fine. But you can do that with like a straight line, a rainbow, and another rainbow. There's his claw. All right. Now for these beautiful flowers in the background, that's the big thing that they kind of work together. If you want another bird, you can put another bird in. But I'm going to go back to now adding in these flowers. Most of you, when you drew tiny little flowers. And they didn't really go around or in between the bird. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to draw bigger flowers this week. So maybe start with a simple one. I liked one of the little circle folk art flowers. This one's super easy, circle and circle. I'm going to do a circle and another circle. And then I'm going to bring it down And look, they touch. And then to make the leaves, guess what? More U's. But they're just going different directions. All right. Maybe I kind of want to add more to this flower. Maybe I want to add little U's around it. All right. I need more than that. I'm going to add one maybe on this side. So start with your circle, circle, maybe little U's or flower petals. Maybe I want to start adding some lines. All this is fun stuff that you can add to your artwork. And then once again, make it go behind your bird. And if you fall behind, remember I can always play the video again. All right, you can add some pretty things like leaves. Remember we saw some pretty different leaves. You can add some leaves. And that's just like different shapes. I want another one. Almost like V's. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to add all these different flowers. For our Amate bark paintings. And look how much space I filled up now. Now last but not least, we can add, besides our flowers and our bird, some fun folk art stuff. They like to add some swirly lines. So go for it if you want to add some fun swirly lines in somewhere with your pretty leaves. All right, and then last, we're going to color it. So there is my example, how to fill all of your space. You can add some circles to it. You can add different shapes like I said, those U's and those swirlies, and that'll help you make it more folk arty. All right, I'm excited to see your beautiful, cohesive big piece this week.